Hello friends, welcome to Nigra Techies. In this video, I am going to explain dependency injection in ASP.NET Core. This is the one of the very important features in ASP.NET Core. Why? Because this dependency injection is the inbuilt feature in ASP.NET Core. First, let me explain what is dependency injection. So after that, I am going to explain how to enable and how to use in our application. So basically, this DA is a design pattern that helps us to create an application which is loosely coupled. So let me explain from my code. So this is my created product controller. So actually I'm created in my last video. So it contains some of the methods like get all, get by code and save delete methods. And just assume this get all method. Here what I did, I have an entity framework. In the entity framework, I'm trying to access the table name is called products for getting the complete product information. The scenario is I'm having more than 5 controllers. All the controllers I supposed to use this code. So basically what I do, I have to copy the same code and I am pasting in all the controllers. So that is actually not the good practice. This is simply a tightly coupled concept because in case if I'm changed this table name, I have to do the same changes in the multiple places. So avoiding that, I can create one separate class. In the class may have all the methods. So what are the controls? Basically they require this function. So I have to initiate the particular class the top of that, then I have to use it. So I already created one of the container. So in the container class have all the methods get all, get by code and remove, and the final one is save. The coding practice also see I have to use this asynchronous concept because this ASP.NET Core is supporting for the asynchronous concept, and also I'm not included all the default namespaces. In the ASP.NET Core, it's not mandatory. In case if you are created any new CS files, that time you have on some namespaces, you have to include it. Or else if you are installed any additional packages, then you have to specify here. That's what I have included this entity framework core also. Okay. And again, the problem is if you are creating the instance using this new keyword, in the future, if you changed this class name, so you have to do the changes for all the controllers. So avoiding that, the dependency injection comes into the picture. For implementing the dependency injection, you should have one interface. That's what I have created one of the interface, iProduct container. So if you see here, I have all the methods. So let me implement here. Okay, this is fine. Now let me going to implement the dependency injection in my product controller. I already did one of the dependency injection. So see the LAN-DB context I actually injected here. So after that only I'm using. So I'm going to use this interface only, iProduct container. So let me change it here also. Okay, fine. So here after we are not going to access the product tables directly. Instead of that, we have the methods. The first one is get all. So we are got it. And the second one is get by code. It requires one parameter. And the final one is remove. We not required to include all the lines. So let me call this remove. The final one is save. So the input parameter is product object. So we have done it. So what actually we have done, we have created one of the separate class. So after that we have created one interface. So the finally we are injected this interface in our controller. So basically for injecting any of the dependency in the classes, we have three types. One is constructor based injection and the second one is method based. The final one is property based. But actually we have done using this constructor based injection. So we have created one constructor. In the constructor we have just injected our interface. So the constructor based injection means whatever component we are injected in the constructor that can be used in the whole class. So see now I have the DB context. This DB context I can use anywhere of the class. The next one is method injection. So the method injection is nothing but we have to inject the component in the particular method. It may be getAll or getByCode. In case if I injected in this getAll method, the injected component can be accessed within the method only. So it cannot be accessed in the some other methods. The similar way we have in the property injection also. The widely most of the people are using this constructor based injection only. That is the good practice. Okay. Now we have done in our product controller side. So let me try to run the application. We can see the output. .NET run. Okay, application in running mode. This is actually my API URL and also I'm passing this authorization token. So if you want get more information about this authorization token, you just refer my previous video. I will share in the description for implementing this basic authentication. So see now we are getting this 500 internal server error and also the error message says unable to resolve the service type, the container, product container while attempting to activate our product controller. So if you see here, we have injected this interface in our controller and also we have a class for resolving this interface, but the application don't know this interface going to resolve which class. That's what we are getting this error message. So avoiding that, we have to configure this dependency injection in our application. So let me explain this configuration. So basically this dependency information are stored in this IOC containers. So we have to use some third-party tools for registering. But in the .NET Core provide the built-in support for dependency injection. There is no third-party tools are required. Here we have an interfaces like IServiceCollection. So using this we can include our dependency injection. So let me show in the product.cs file. See now this builder.services. If you go here, we have an IServiceCollection. Here only we are supposed to include our dependency information. So basically we can use the dependency injection in the three ways. So let me explain you. It's based on the lifetime. Add singleton. This is one of the option. So here first we need to mention our interface name, product container, then the resolving class, the product container. Okay, we have done it. And the same way we have two more options. One is for add transient and another one is add scoped. So we can use the three options. This is actually based on the lifetime, the service lifetime. So let me explain what is service lifetime. So the ASP.NET Core allows us to specify that lifetime of registered services. The service instance get disposed automatically based on the specified lifetime. So we are not going to worry about these dependencies. It's completely taking care of this ASP.NET Core framework. There are three types of lifetimes. The first one is singleton. So the singleton, it will create and share the single instance of the service throughout an application life. And the second one is scoped. This scoped, it will create and share the instance of the service for each and every request. And the final one is transient. So it will create and share the instance of service every time. That's all about the concept. So let me run and we can verify. Okay, fine. Let me go to the postman. Okay, great. Now we got our output. This is all about the dependency injection. Now I'm trying to give some short notes. So initially we had all our codes in the product controller. So making the reusability, I have moved everything in the separate class. Okay, and also I have used this asynchronous coding practices. And finally, I have created one interface. Why? Because if you are implementing this dependency injection, you should have an interface. Okay. Okay, great. Once it's done, I moved to the controller part. Here, I just injected this interface in my controller. So after that, I have to get all the methods. The final thing is we have to resolve this interface. So that's what I have to register in this program.css. Here inside the service, I am used this add scoped. The similar way as I mentioned, you can use this add singleton or else add transient also. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video. Still, if you have any doubts or clarification, please post in the comment box. And also, please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.